Hello, welcome to .NET Become an Azure Developer Learning Path. My name is Shalin Chauhan. I'm Microsoft MVP, Technical Consultant and Corporate Trainer. In this learning path, you are going to learn about what are the skill set is required to become Microsoft Azure Developer. So before going to start, let's understand what is Microsoft Azure. So Microsoft Azure is an open and flexible cloud platform which provide on-demand compute, storage and scaling solution through the Microsoft Azure Data Center. So everything is managed by the Microsoft here. So Microsoft Data Center, we actually accessing over the internet to fulfill our compute, storage and scaling requirement for building our application. So Azure is not only for .NET developer, Azure is for any app and every developer. So whether you are a Java developer, PHP developer, Python developer, you can use Microsoft Azure for building and hosting your application over there. Even with Microsoft Azure, you can integrate your cloud-based application with your existing IT infrastructure. It means few services of your application you can run on your existing IT infrastructure and the few services you can run in the cloud. So we can use the hybrid model of deployment for our application. And in case of Microsoft Azure, you are paying only for consumption. Like what are the resources you are using, only for the usage you are paying. You are not paying for unnecessary requirement. And the best benefit with Microsoft Azure is you are consuming the compute resources only when the need is arise. If there is no need, you don't need to unnecessarily occupy the compute resources. So ultimately you are paying only for the users in Microsoft Azure, even in any other cloud vendors as well. So next thing is here, why you should learn Microsoft Azure? So there are many reasons why you should learn the Microsoft Azure. I'm sharing the most important reason over here so that you having the understanding, so that you having the idea why you should learn the Microsoft Azure nowadays. So Microsoft Azure is easy to learn and adopt because of its premium tool like Visual Studio, VS Code, Azure CLI, Storage Explorer, Azure Data Studio. These are so many tools Microsoft Azure is offering to us through which we can build our app end-to-end application. We can manage our database, we can manage our storage. So many things can be managed easily. The second reason is public cloud adoption in 2020. So no doubt Microsoft Azure is the second largest widely used cloud provider. So after the AWS, Microsoft Azure is the widely used cloud. The third reason is support for multi-platform. So I said here Microsoft Azure is for every developer and for every framework like .NET, Java, PHP, Python, Node.js. So all the type of application can be built with the help of Microsoft Azure. The next reason is here better integration with the .NET platform. So being a .NET developer, you will find out the unmatched features and integration with your .NET based application. You will not find out such unmatched features in anywhere, whether it's a AWS, whether it's a Google Cloud. So Microsoft Azure is very good for the .NET based application. The next benefit is here hybrid benefit. So Microsoft offering the hybrid benefit to their existing client who already having the Windows servers and SQL Server licenses. So if you are an existing Microsoft customer, so you don't need to pay extra for the Windows Server license, you don't need to pay extra for the SQL Server license. In this way, the cost of Microsoft Azure will reduce to 5x as compared to the AWS. So AWS is 5x expensive if you are using the Windows machine over there, if you are using the SQL Server database over there. Next benefit is a support for DevOps. So Microsoft Azure also supporting the DevOps culture. Because nowadays what is happening, we need to automate the release pipeline, the build pipeline so that we can quickly provide the releases of our software. So that support is also offered by the Microsoft Azure. It's a great thing. The next reason is here high paying job. So nowadays because of so many reason, because on demand scaling we can do, we are paying only for the usage. The demand of the cloud computing engineers has been increased. Even Microsoft Azure is used by the Fortune 500 companies and the top MNCs in the world. So being a Microsoft Azure developer, you will get very good high salary as compared to a simple .NET application developer. So these are the reasons why you should learn the Microsoft Azure and like why you should become the Microsoft Azure developer. Now let's understand what is the prerequisite to become a Microsoft Azure developer. The prerequisite here, you should have the basic understanding of building the application using .NET, SQL Server and Visual Studio. And make sure you are having the Microsoft Azure subscription so that you can do the hands-on practice over there because to create the virtual machine, to create the Microsoft Azure services, we must have the Azure subscription. And make sure you have installed the Visual Studio 2019 latest version, whatever the version you are having. So these are the requirement to get started with Microsoft Azure Developer Associate certification exam as well. So this training program will also help you to prepare you for Microsoft Azure Developer Associate certification exam. So let's see what you will learn in this learning path. In this learning path, you will learn about cloud computing and Microsoft Azure platform, various offering, infrastructure, and various other things. Then you will learn about how to create and manage the infrastructure as service services like virtual machine, Azure storage, networking, and various other things. Then you will learn here how to create and manage the PaaS services like Azure Web App, Azure SQL Database, Cosmos DB, and Azure Functions. Then you will learn about how to implement the security using the Azure Active Directory. Then you will learn about how to implement the CI/CD pipeline using the Azure DevOps. And finally, you will learn about how to monitor and optimize your resources in Microsoft Azure. So these are the various things you will learn in this Microsoft Azure learning path, which are required to pass the Microsoft Azure Developer Associate certification exam, as well as to work in the real life environment. I hope you will join me in this journey to be Microsoft Azure developer. So let's get started.